No, I'm keeping this forever. I'm taking you to school. You know, if you get straight A's, I will give this car to you when you reach driving age.
So now you're really telling me I'm going to get all F's.
Huh. Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And this is, or was, my 2021 Tesla Model S Plaid. I've had it for about 4 months now, and by about 2 weeks in, I was completely bored to tears with this thing, which it shouldn't make any sense because it's a 1,000 horsepower tri-motor, 2 seconds 0 to 60, and it does look good. It has all the bullet points of a car that should be very enjoyable and just something you would fall in love with, but I haven't at all. It has 60,000 miles on it. I bought it for $48,000 in Chicago, drove it all the way back to Kansas with 3 stops for charging, added about 2 hours to the trip. But the charging part of it, no big deal. I was never gonna take this out of town, so I just plugged it in at home after that whenever it needed it. But as far as just driving around town and daily driving, I didn't want to get in this thing. I never wanted to drive it. I wanted to drive one of my cool older hoopties. And that's when I had a revelation. Why have a car payment on something that I'm not using, that I'm not enjoying, when I could take this, sell it, and the money that I get back, just use that equity to buy an old school luxury sedan to get around in, to leave outside, to just use and enjoy and not worry about. And that is the plan. Unfortunately though, in order to sell it, I did have to take a small loss on it, well, a several $1,000 loss, but way less than the original owner because this new was $140,000. And Tesla has since lowered the price to just under $100,000 for the Model S Plaid, so they've lowered their own prices, but I picked this up for $48,000. This is the cheapest Tesla Model S Plaid in the USA at the time, and the dealer had had it for months and months and was selling it for a pretty big loss. So I bought it, drove it for about a month, was so bored, I called up the dealer and asked if I could trade it in towards one of their GTRs, and I tried 3-4 times. This is a big dealership outfit. If you saw the video, they have hundreds of cars. It's a big operation. They didn't even want to give me a bid on this car. They did not want it back. I don't think they wanted to have the low ball for the YouTube video, so they just never got back to me, just ghosted me, never gave me a number. So no GTR from them. But then when I thought about it, I don't need another car payment. I have 4 currently, or I guess 3 now since I paid this one off. And of course, the Bugatti is the big one at $14,000 a month. And really, I don't need any kind of extra car, but I put it as a challenge to myself. For the equity that I had in this Tesla, so I put $10,000 down. Unfortunately, the best price I could get for it was $44,000. I'm selling it for $44,000. I've made a few payments, so I have about $7,000 in equity in this Tesla. And the challenge I wanted to pose to myself was, can I get a car that I actually want to use and enjoy daily for under $7,000? And I knew to do that, I would have to go old school luxury, which is much more in my wheelhouse, unlike this Tesla. Now, I don't hate electric cars. I actually really like electric cars. The Cadillac Lyriq has that old school luxury experience, and that's what April daily drives. So I like that, but this one, despite it supposedly looking good, it's sort of a soulless looking appliance to me. And that's weird because it has sort of a wide body, sort of a racy look. It's a hatchback. And I love what they did with the revisions as far as the front end of this thing versus the original Tesla Model S that I had, where it was sort of a faux grille. But something about it, it's just something just didn't connect with me. And it sure didn't help that these cars became so politicized that every time I make a video on it, we talk more about politics than we do about the car itself. But yeah, a lot of the issues that I have are things that you just can't quantify. You can't really put into words all that well. The only knock I would say on the exterior is they still have these deployable door handles, which are pretty out of date. The modern Teslas have the push button stuff, and why they didn't update the Model S with that doesn't make any sense to me because these are kind of annoying. The technology, there are a lot of little annoyances and bugs and things that happen you just have to deal with any car that has modern electronics. So not a specific knock to Tesla there, but let's take it out for one last drive, one last pull with this crazy Plaid tri-motor setup and say goodbye, and then we're gonna go shopping. Fun fact, a regulation basketball court is 94 feet long by 50 feet wide. So if I ever got smart and sold all of my hoopties, I'd have a pretty nice indoor basketball court in here. But That's never going to happen. I'm not that smart. But what will happen is the playoff season. It's here, and there's still plenty of game left to be played. So don't miss a second of the hoops action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. From every game day until the trophy is lifted, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, odds boosts, and so much more. And here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code HOOVIES. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game, and if you love the thrill of online betting, DraftKings has you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching that game so much more exciting. Now, if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have a shot at winning cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code HOOVIES and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code HOOVIES only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Now, I got to give this Tesla credit because it does ride very, very nice. The suspension is air ride. It's very smooth. The handling is just perfect and adjustable. And actually, the seats are reasonably comfortable, heated and ventilated. I will certainly miss that. And the materials, as far as the suede-esque headliner and the leather and all the interesting sort of accents and different materials around, it is really nice. But once again, it just feels like a soulless appliance to me. And I get that that's just a way I feel about it, and most people wouldn't care, but I'm a guy that likes a car that is interesting. And if you're not a big tech guy, then you wouldn't find this car very interesting to drive at all. Of course, the acceleration is nuts! God, it's absolutely crazy how this thing hooks up. But, I mean, when I do that, it literally makes me sick. I mean, it doesn't feel good as far as this instant pull and not having that noise of a V8 or whatever. I mean, obviously the Bugatti Veyron is nearly as fast, but something about having the noise associated with it and the linear pulling of an engine, the turbos building, it doesn't give me that roller coaster sick feeling when I put my foot in it or any other car. So once again, that's just me and my feelings and all that stuff. But the one thing I definitely can't get past is this steering wheel yoke. And I imagine I could get used to it if I was using the car every day and just this as a Tesla. But going back and forth from normal wheel cars to this, I find myself screwing up and being clunky in parking lots all the time. But of course, there is autopilot, so I can engage that, which I never use this. So let's see, is it this button? No, which button is it? Is that button? There we go. Yes. And then the car literally drives itself, but it is very, very much into what you're doing. So navigate to Andover High School, please. It's changing lanes on its own. It's passing the cars. And it didn't respond to my command here. Navigate to Andover High School. Not working. You see, the tech kind of fails you, so I pull over and program the navigation and all that stuff. And it's just little annoyances here and there that just start to grate at you. And like if you want to open the glove box, I mean, okay, get two controls. Now we've got to the glove box. If you want to do the climate control, well, you have to toggle through a screen. There's no knob to just immediately change something or open the glove box, a pull lever, change a knob. You know, you have to go through screens and menus. And if you're a dinosaur inside like me, it's very angry at me for not paying attention. But okay, I'll start driving again. If you're a dinosaur like me, this gets old really, really quick. And what I want is just an old school, Euro-Asian Bob's calling me. What I want is an old school luxury experience. And now I have it stuck in plaid mode, so the pedal's a lot more sensitive. But here we go. One more time. Okay. Well, the transporter's here about 4 hours early, so I had to say goodbye rather quickly, but honestly, I didn't need that much time to say goodbye because I never really bonded with this car. And yes, I did take it to CarMax, and they offered $41,000, way less than, you know, auction value, MMR. The downward trend on these as far as values, they are just plummeting. And I imagine they wanted to be conservative with their bid. So found someone else that was willing to pay basically current wholesale value for it, which honestly is probably current retail value with how quickly these are, you know, dropping down and down and down. So happy to get out of it while I still could. Obviously I did that with the Cybertruck as well and sold it just in time before the bottom fell out. But I can't imagine for around $40,000, 1,000 horsepower, 2 seconds to 60. If they get much cheaper than that, then the people that get a hold of them, oh boy, it's going to be very scary on the roads. But anyway, I think I have found the perfect hoopty, and it is very much old school luxury. The last of an era, really, and it's in the budget. So I'm at Mel Hamilton Ford, and the redneck guy has something for me. So absolutely. This is a 2010 Lincoln Town Car. And it's the last of old school luxury. They just took it on trade from supposedly someone in their 90s, right?
90s, yes.
An old couple. And supposedly low mileage, but I think that'll come right off. Yeah, I think that'll just rub right off, but holy smokes. And the Signature Limited. So this is the end of the dinosaurs as far as the old body-on-frame Lincoln Town Cars, and the Sig Limited is a really high trim. This thing's not rusty underneath. Holy smokes. All right. You got the keys?
I do. Let me give them right to you, sir.
Yeah, holy smokes. This is crazy. It is so dang clean. And I've been at old school luxury. I just got rid of my Tesla Model S Plaid.
Oh, really?
And I wanted to go backwards, and yeah, I think this is it. Well, here's the enabler right here. Uh-oh. Castler.
Uh-oh. Hey, buddy.
You knew I had a soft spot for these, so.
I know. I had to listen to her.
72,000 miles.
Is that everything you hoped and dreamed of?
These seats are unbelievable. Wait, I need to, hang on. No, I hate this. It's terrible, it's beat up, it's, you know, it smells like old people.
My bad.
I've got to start with the negotiations here. Okay. Nobody's going to want this car. It's Grandpa Beige.
Nobody. Have you checked the trunk?
Why? Is there a bonus? What do we have? Okay, so we have an emergency roadside kit. Very nice. What do we have? Oh man.
All the maps you can think of.
Yep.
Time to travel.
Road atlases, and are those Depends?
I think they're puppy pads. From them long trips.
So you don't have to stop for anything but fuel. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that fits the 90-something-year-old trade-in, I suppose. Wow. You mean that's your stash? You just put them in there? Let's pop the hood. And the redneck guy's getting to work. I guess, oh, it's just a little leftover compound?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. There's some compound on there. So
oh,
okay. Get that off.
Now, the gold dip Lincoln badge is just something. Holy smokes. This is so clean. Well, no, never mind. It's an old bad MPG dinosaur that nobody, I'm the only buyer probably within a 500-mile radius that would give you any money for it.
It's a good possibility. It is clean though, huh?
Very, very clean. So you're telling me you only want $7,500 for this thing?
I believe that's what they got.
I can't even haggle. There's no way.
No need to haggle.
No,
need
absolutely.
To haggle.
That's the deal. Thank you so much. Holy smokes. Oh, I was supposed to test drive it.
Yes.
Oh well, I know I want it. Never mind, I know I want it. Oh my God. I've lost 800 horsepower, but I do not care. This thing is in incredible condition. I can't believe it. And I have buttons again. Actual buttons for the climate control, buttons for the radio, buttons for the seats and switches. I have buttons again. Oh, and the seats. Holy moly. It is like a living room on the road, and it's a big old bench as well. The Signature Limited got better leather and comfort, I think. It's just one step below the Ultimate, so we're almost at the top, and we're almost here at the end of the Panther platform, which started in 1979, so over 30 years, 2 big revisions, and it ended in 2011. This 2010 is the end of it. And on the Panther platform, you had the Crown Victoria, you had the Grand Marquis, the Marauder in that last generation for a little bit, and this, the Lincoln Town Car, which was the most luxurious one. Other than the Marauder, they all got the 4.6 liter V8 under the hood, which is pretty much invincible. But the Town Car got rear air ride suspension to where this thing is just a heavenly, heavenly ride. Oh my goodness. Yep. I got the right car, absolutely the right car, and to be able to find something like this for $7,500, it may have been a little bit of the push on the budget, but there's no way I was going to negotiate on this because it was such a bargain for 72,000 miles, and how well kept the thing is. I mean, the back seats, it looks brand new, and the clock, oh, we have a clock, and this thing is just wafting down the road. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a boat, but that is wonderful. And actually, it says on the little bitty trip computer thing that it has, average MPG is 19 miles per gallon. So, not bad, considering its size, I suppose. You have traction control, you have adjustable pedals, and dual zone climate control, heated seats. What else do you need? I mean, this is the lap of luxury, where the Tesla is sort of the first of the new era of luxury when it came to glitz and glamour with technology and electricity. This is the last of the dinosaurs right here. And I'm so happy that the folks at Mel Hamilton put my name on this, held it for me until I could get down there, because it is very, very much in my wheelhouse. I can't wait to get this thing back in the garage and take a closer look. Oh baby, if this doesn't light you up, I don't know what does. It is an absolutely stunning car. They did one design refresh in 2003 on this last sort of iteration of the Panther, and I think they knocked it out of the park. It stayed the same until the very end. Whoa. So, what killed the Panther? Probably two things. Number one, European competition and sports sedans starting to dominate the market, and the Americans thinking they needed to follow suit, and Cadillac and Lincoln making unibody cars that were supposed to be European and sporty, and well, they didn't work at all. There's that Jaguar engine-based Lincoln LS that was absolute hot garbage compared to this, and lots of other cars that do not have the legendary reputation of the Panther platform as far as it lasting 300, 400,000 miles and not all that well taken care of. These things are just absolute tanks. But the other reason, probably because of fuel economy. In 2008, gasoline was $4 a gallon on average, and people didn't want a big V8 that got 19 miles per gallon. They were looking for smaller, more fuel-efficient cars. So these were canceled, but with great fanfare. Police were ordering Crown Vics to fulfill themselves for many, many years because there's no viable replacement. Taxi cab fleets as well, and limousines. It was a big issue with limos. Having that frame to be able to stretch it made it much easier versus the newer unibody cars. So now most limos are SUVs on truck platforms. So I have a relic here, a really, really nice condition relic from the end of an era, but now it's time for it to become the dad taxi. I'm sure my kiddos will love the luxury Lincoln. Matthew McConaughey does.
Oh yeah.
Hi Ellie, how was school? So, I just got this. I traded my Tesla for it.
Really?
Yeah, so the red Tesla is gone. I got you a smoothie, by the way, and your favorite pretzels. But
Wait, you sold it for this?
yes, isn't it awesome? Yeah, it's a 2010 Lincoln Town Car, and this is the new get you to school car instead of the Tesla Model S. Isn't it awesome?
Bring me in the Bugatti tomorrow.
Well, the Bugatti's not every day to school, but
No, but
this is.
tomorrow's my last day of school.
Oh, that's right. But what do you think of the Lincoln?
You're not bringing me to school with this. This is worse than my grandma's car.
What are you talking about? It's comfortable. It has really cool tech. Look at the way this opens. It opens up both sides. See? Look. Isn't that neat? And there's places to put your coins, dimes, nickels, and quarters.
Nobody uses coins.
And then there's a clock.
Probably off.
This is way better than the Tesla, right?
I can't play Sudoku.
You mean on the screen? Yeah, there's no screens. It's wonderful.
Wait, so how much money did you also get?
Well, I had a loan on the Tesla, so I had the loan paid off, and then I had the money left over to buy this.
So, you're gonna sell it in like 5 days, right?
No, I'm keeping this forever. I'm taking you to school. You know, if you get straight A's, I will give this car to you when you reach driving age.
So now you're really telling me I want to get all F's.
Huh. Well, maybe this car isn't as cool as I thought. Doesn't matter. I love it though. Thank you so much for watching.